San Francisco Airport is operating 13 minutes. 8 car, Yellow Line San Francisco Airport train.
This short video documents my running trip from the BART Dublin station, over to about Main Street, Mr. Sun Boba Tea in Pleasanton. If you want my full audio monologue recorded by this DJI microphone here, then that's linked. There's an unlisted video linked in the description. Otherwise, you'll just see some clips from my trip today. I guess this video audio right now is not synced with the microphone that's just right here on my running vest. So I guess I'll get duplicated audio, but both sources are close enough that should allow me to just kind of sync it by ear and pick one of the tracks. And I guess we'll see how that sounds and how that works. And the purpose of this trip maybe is to grab a couple of wandering thoughts as I run. But mostly I think what I'm thinking about and talking about is my first attempts here at putting myself on video, syncing that to audio, grabbing audio while running, using this wind cover on the microphone. I just wonder how all of that looks and sounds, and it's getting me in the mindset of when I'm on a trip, how do I grab the necessary footage? How do I grab the necessary footage needed in order to tell the story of a trip? And then on the flip side, when I'm editing, working with the footage that I got, how do I tell a story? What, maybe the story, ideally the story of how the trip went and how I felt. But if there's not the ingredients for that, then maybe a different story. So that's just a bit of context of what all this is. And this is not good content, but I need to learn these skills. Best way to get myself to do it is just do it in practice. And then, if it's all garbage, throw it out. If it's savable, make something. But ideally learn from this and then increase the quality of the things that I make, or buy the necessary tools to allow myself to have an easier time making stuff. So over here is one of the largest intersections that I have to cross during this run. And it's pretty crazy. You have if you walk, you have just enough time based on the counter to get across. And it's 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 10 lanes. It's 10 by 10. That's a lot of lanes. And there's a lengthy waiting time as well if you want to cross. Oh, there we go. That was not very lengthy that time. And the timer says 30 seconds to cross. But it's always interesting to me how usually I'm the only person out here. It feels like I'm alone, but I guess there's one-ish person in all of these cars. And I don't know where these people are going, or I'm assuming this is not their ideal way to live. If this was a nice riverside pathway with fountains and public art and shops and vendors would like that too, if they could have little stalls out here and it was quiet. But that is not what we designed, I guess. Here's the last video clip that I'll grab, and I'll flip the camera around so that we can see what I see when I'm running. And this is not going to be good footage because it's bouncing. One purchase that I'm thinking of is a GoPro or a DJI, whatever it is, action camera, because that would more easily sync to the mics that I have from DJI. But if I got that, essentially a GoPro on a selfie stick, and they've got image stabilization, I could probably stabilize this image with some kind of random software. But if it's built into the GoPro, and the GoPro has its own battery life and its own storage, and you could, I'm thinking, just leave that camera running on the selfie stick, and it would be easier to hold it if you're filming yourself or filming, say, like a scenic area. You could get a bit higher, but mostly to separate the battery life. My phone would be dead very fast if I filmed a lot of video, and especially if it's synced to one or two of these mics. That seems to eat up battery faster. So to get video, the phone is not an option that I would want to use, because I want to rely on the phone for other things than a video capture device. So that's probably what I would pick up next, GoPro and a selfie stick. But I don't care so much about video. I think if I capture a few clips, not this kind of clip, but like a smoother clip with the phone, a couple seconds, then some images, I think that would be enough to make what I want, which is just audio monologues mostly. But it's been about 2.8 kilometers so far, and I'm sweating. I don't know what exactly the temperature is yet, but that makes it pretty hot. I just want to show one thing, that I got this thing called a spy belt. It's just like an elastic pouch, and that's where I put my phone when I run, and that's pretty convenient. It holds the phone tight, it holds it against my chest, so it's easy to access, and the belt is light. It's just some fabric. These two water bottles, just this one is like a soft body water bottle, this one hard body. I like the hard one more. The soft one has like a spine in the middle, so it's not like completely soft when it's empty. I don't know if others of them are, but for like a run where, the maximum water that I would carry, and I'll turn off video actually now. That's my Mr. Sun Boba. That's an idea of how much boba you get. I think that's the minimum amount that I would like, like twice that would be cool, because I just drink the boba and the liquid of the backyard as well. There was a lot of plants in the front. There's maybe like 12 tiny plants inside that I put ice in. Then this is the backyard. The ones here on the deck get the most sunlight, so they have to be watered like double. And then we have like this little patch there and all these ones. That's so many plants. I would rank plants, and I would only keep the good ones, and the bad ones, I would find some like honorable way of like burying them, and then maybe grind them up, and like if that was somehow fertilizer for like other plants, because I would want to have like a genetic evolution sort of thing going on, not in like a crazy way or something, but I think that's what plants want, right? They would want to evolve into nicer looking plants. Some of these are pretty nice. See, they could all be this or like this. Well, here I am. I recorded an outro, and some of it may have made it, but I think the most part didn't. My mic is now dead, so I'm just wrapping up here. But this may, thanks for coming along here and on my journey. That was 15 or 15.8 16K total running distance today. My watch says 3 hours, but that includes like the time I was left it running around the house. Unless it sort of smartly paused. I don't really think it did though, because I kept walking. So that includes all the walking to the boba tea. So 3 hours, 15K, that's like walking 15K, 5K an hour. That's good. So that was like a fun workout, and I was able to water the flowers and get a tea. So that was like a good evening. I wouldn't want to do that like all the time, because I like to have more time in the evenings for other things. But that was a fun change of pace that I could consider doing in the future, even if I don't have like a job like watering the the flowers. Anyways, I'm back at the BART station now, and I gotta press this walk signal to cross half the road. It's a 2-lane road, and you get like a walk signal. And then I walk, and that guy's coming fast, but I walk and then it like stops you, and you do this like zigzag so that it's like really intentional about like you have to press this other button to continue crossing the road, or else to cross this other 2 lanes. And then, as if there wasn't enough like pavement and space, there's like a massive parking lot. This is maybe one of the better useful parking lots because it's park and go. You park here and you can take the BART actually all the way downtown and then get on another thing to get to the stadium. One of the nicest flowers, I'd say, here. Not to say that the others aren't nice, but here's like a little thing simulating that it's in the rain. Maybe this is like the ending of the video. It's kind of like a, yeah, there we go. That looks cool. It looks like it's like in a sun shower. Thanks for watching.